what makes Skyrim so special? I don't even love Skyrim to the same degree as others, and I'm still able to see that there is a somewhat magical element to it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely like Skyrim, but it's not my favorite Bethesda game. It's not even my favorite Elder Scrolls game. Oblivion takes that title. However, my mind does wander to Skyrim. It was the first Bethesda RPG I completed, even though it wasn't the first that I had played. Could I be nostalgic over Skyrim? Why do I think about it like I do? If this is just nostalgia though, then why don't I think of Oblivion in the same way? I played it earlier, and I played it for a while too. But I don't think of it in the same way that I think of Skyrim. There is one quality that I personally believe Skyrim presents much better than Oblivion. While the Skyrim quests get dumbed down compared to their previous iteration, I believe that the ambience in Skyrim has been undeniably elevated. While both worlds feel alive in comparison to your numerous Ubisoft titles, I believe it is Skyrim which has the more dynamic world of the two. If we were speaking of immersion, then I would most likely state that Skyrim is the more immersive game, for whatever that's worth. I will follow up on this in a bit, but for now I want to talk about Minecraft. Minecraft is easily the most prolific game of all time. Having sold over 230 million copies, it dwarfs the runner-up title of GTA 5, selling 50 million less copies than this behemoth of a game. Keeping this in mind though, it is shocking to see that fans tend to speak of the title with the reverence of a smaller one. People love Minecraft, and I respect and appreciate the sentiment around the title. I love how they've maintained a relatively consumer-friendly image despite how large the game got. I can appreciate these things though, but I would still say that I don't particularly enjoy playing Minecraft. Its open-ended nature clashes with my desire to go through a unique, curated experience out of the games I choose to play. Don't get me wrong, I've had great experiences with Minecraft in the past, but usually these experiences are due to me playing with others. Titles that have no clear goal mostly failed to interest me in their gameplay. Especially when most of Minecraft's gameplay requires hours of tedium to get a relatively modest reward. Even as I start listing off the things I dislike about this game though, I almost have the same feeling towards Minecraft as I do for Skyrim. The strange thing is that in Minecraft, I find it much easier to clearly state the things I love about the game. Most who have experienced Minecraft in some way know that C418's work on the game is a massive feat in the area of video game soundtracks, but I also feel as if it fits the tone of the game so well that it props up the whole experience in my eyes. People who don't even know the game know of its soundtrack, through its presence in memes online and other forms of video content. C418's music heightens the atmosphere of the whole game when it goes for a tone of an almost serene isolation. Going beyond the music, the scale of Minecraft also amazes me. It does a great job at making you feel like the world around you doesn't care about the player. It will continue to exist after you've completed your unimportant tasks within it. You can scale mountains that tower over most player creations and see oceans that have no clear end. If you place your mine around no distinguishable landmarks and don't bring a map, then there is a strong chance that you will never see that mine again once you leave it. This sounds rather desolate, but it compounds well with the last thing I enjoy about Minecraft, which is that there always seems to be something new around each corner. Reaching bedrock, going to the nether, meeting the enderman, and fighting the ender dragon, these are all great peaks of each playthrough, inciting wonder and excitement when you reach them for the first time. These are the objectives I love, and when I compare it to grinding for diamond or emerald, I feel as if the contrast and excitement is just too large for me as a player. Minecraft has since remained a game where I am interested to see the updates. I'll see what content gets added, but I'm definitely not interested in playing the game, at least for now. I find it much easier breaking down Minecraft than Skyrim. Skyrim has many complex elements that are somewhat hard to properly evaluate compared to the simplicity of Minecraft's systems. This makes it hard for me to clearly state if I like or dislike something within the game. Most of Skyrim's components are made of several, even smaller subsystems that I am somewhat mixed on. An example of this is the leveling system, as some upgrades add new abilities while others are just flat damage boosts, which are much less interesting in gameplay. Even beyond the leveling system though, the same thing can be said about its world. It's dense and beautiful, while also lacking polish and having quests which, if you ask me, vary greatly in quality. I would like to reiterate that the only element of Skyrim I definitively like more than Oblivion is its ambience. And even though it continuously gets updated and remastered, I still feel as if the beauty of the game has always been present. Vast landscapes with varying elevations, mountain ranges that seem to close in on you, and the otherworldly skybox, these all create this unique and magical experience that makes you just want to keep exploring. The soundscape matches this, creating extremely dense environments with sounds that could only be described as alive. The intricacy to which some of the environmental sounds have been created only go to show that the sound engineers at Bethesda are just on another level. This is the ambience of Skyrim. Nature, ethereal ballads, and the sounds of fantastical beasts in the distance all compose this engrossing soundscape. At a certain point, I almost started treating the game as a walking simulator. It was this surreal atmosphere that has lingered in my brain for just so long. But what separates these attributes of Skyrim from Oblivion? Oblivion exhibits many of the same qualities, and I've even said that I personally prefer the quests in Oblivion. Its Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood are my personal favorite versions of these quest lines, and some of my favorite quests in any game. I would also like to note that the arena was maybe the best idea that ever came out of Bethesda Studios. And it's a tragedy that it's not in Skyrim. Or at least not to the same capacity. Even after saying this though, most know that Oblivion, while a feat for its time, hasn't aged nearly as well as other older titles. Questionable dialogue choices, broken leveling systems, and terrible scaling that all but ruins the second half of the game. There is a reason why most people's exposure to Oblivion is through failed compilations and videos of game-breaking glitches. These faults, while not overly impacting my love for the game, do contribute to a slight loss in that magic, at least for me personally. It's hard to soak in the lush environments of Oblivion when these issues are so prominent throughout the game. The limited technology at the time also greatly affected Oblivion, and the world, while beautiful for the time it was released, does not hold a candle to Skyrim's. This goes beyond tech though, as Oblivion tries to show extreme variation in its landscapes while Skyrim commits to one aesthetic for the whole map. Oblivion having regions of mountains, marshes, woods, coasts, and barren hellish landscapes all make Cyrodiil diverse and beautiful in its own right. But the consistency that Skyrim exhibits in its terrain gives it much more of an identity. This commitment that Skyrim has for its setting contributes to its great world, and it complements the environments and soundscapes within the game. Its devotion to that Norse theme gives it more of an identity in my eyes, and its otherworldly and ethereal nature has ingrained itself within my brain. If I had to put my finger on it, this is most likely the main reason why I can't get Skyrim out of my head. Its serene and alluring soundscapes have continuously found a way to embed themselves in the forefront of my mind, making me think about the soundtrack and world far after I've completed the game. This all encompasses the game's ambience, and the world carries an atmosphere that is so rich with great visual style and fantastic audio design that it makes itself a character of its own. This is the best part about the game in my eyes, and while there are many aspects of the game I also greatly enjoy, the ambience is what continuously brings me back to Skyrim. Even though this is why the game has resonated with me, I cannot say that others will love it for the same reasons. I have friends that think Skyrim is the Elder Scrolls title with the best questlines, and they remain entirely unbothered by the bugs encountered during their playthroughs. So even though the ambience is what stuck with me the most, Skyrim tries so many things over the course of its runtime that others can just find entirely different reasons to love the title. It's quite a versatile RPG, and people's adoration for Skyrim makes it a hard game to critique. But this versatility is probably the reason why fans love Skyrim so much. Everybody can find something they love in the game. Skyrim remains one of, if not the most popular RPG of all time, and I would urge the few who haven't given it a shot to try it at some point. Just to top off this video, there are many other games that have great ambiences. And if you want to get that relaxing or ethereal vibe from any other titles, may I recommend The Outer Wilds, Hyperlight Drifter, or Mirror's Edge. They are all games I think about frequently, and I may plan on making a video on these games at some point in the future. But for now, I'm definitely taking a break from this topic.